Hey, everybody. We are live on Tarot Today.
Here we
How's
are.
everybody doing out there? Wow. It's so strange when we don't have the intro music when we're doing the radio simulcast on Saturdays.
It is weird.
This is fun, though.
Yeah.
Yep. Mondays are
Fun.
just on YouTube, folks. We're only on YouTube. So join us in the chat over there, or I guess if you're on a phone, it's down there, or I'm not quite sure actually, but join us in the chat. Yes, join us in the chat. And I already see Sharon in there. Hi, Mary and Dax. Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
And hello from Middle Tennessee, Rosie in Tennessee there.
Hey, Rosie. Good old Tennessee.
And Kritika.
Beautiful place.
I know I'm butchering that name.
Kritika.
Kritika. You're gonna have to tell us how to pronounce that phonetically. But whenever I see like an I and then there's another vowel, I make that long. I'm trying to think back to third grade English here. It's Kritika. We get a lot of interesting names, don't we?
Yeah, beautiful names in the world.
I wonder if Sammy's going to be here today. Isn't it? I think that's
right.
how we were. I think that's how we.
That's how you say it.
I don't know. Anyway, it's how I say it. Yeah. Yes. So here we are back again, and it's a Monday. It's a very rainy Monday. The last 2 days have been bleak here in Arizona. In fact, here in Tucson yesterday, it started raining the day before, going in midnight into the next day, which was yesterday, and it just till the afternoon it was nonstop, and then it stopped, and then it started up again. And then this morning was quite similar. The sun is actually starting to peek out, but when I look out, like there's really dark skies out there. I don't know, Mary. What's it doing in Amarillo these days?
I think it's supposed to be 70 today. I mean, we're in for a dry winter. We had a couple times where there was like a little bit of flurries, and it definitely got really, really cold, like, below freezing, but now it's 70 today. Go figure.
Wow. And well, we ran out of coffee here at the house, so I've got herbal tea.
Coffee.
We're doing. I know.
I don't know.
But the herbal tea is wonderful. So I was out on the patio, and it really wasn't that cold. I was surprised, doing my morning stuff, my morning prep, getting ready for the show and everything like that. Oh, Sharona's in there. Hi, Sharona. Hello, friends.
Hey, Sharona.
Yeah, and but it's perfect for the numerology of the day today, because it's the 5th, so it's that 5 energy. But this is interesting. When I did the date, I was like, oh wait, the date reduces to 5 too. It's like double 5 energy.
This does not sound good.
Well, I know a lot of people out there are probably going, what does that mean? A lot of us tarot readers and numerologists, we're cringing when we hear 5, right?
Cringe.
5 is a lot of times those difficult cards that show up, in readings, the 5 cards. But there's no such thing as a bad card or a good card, and there's no such thing as a bad number or a good number. It's a spectrum of meaning, and there's 2 sides to the coin. So 5 is change, and there's a lot of energy with that, and you can get a lot accomplished on a 5-day. It's kind of similar to Mercury retrograde in astrology, and so Mercury appears to be moving backwards in the sky, and it seems to affect technology and communications, and just a lot of things. A lot of people don't like Mercury retrograde, but there's a lot of people that say that they get tons done during Mercury retrograde. So there's two sides to the coin. Same thing with that 5. It's the adventurer's energy, adventurous, have an adventure,
Mm,
enjoy yourself. um but the other side is that we call it the chaos number in numerology, and that's the other side of the coin. uh
mm,
and the I think it reminds me of 8, because 8 is very black and white. That's the number of abundance. Either the money's slipping right through your fingers, or you're doing really well financially. There's no gray area too much with 8. It's similar with 5. Like, yes, there's a spectrum of meaning, but if you don't set the intention, and you start to let it spiral down into
mm.
chaos, it spirals really quickly. It just whew, into chaos.
Wow.
So, if you're in a personal year of 5, if you're in a world year of 5, a 5-day, 5-date, just set the intention that I'm going to use the high energy of the day, and I'm going to get a lot done today. That's what I'm going to do.
Mm,
That's what you do on a 5-day, and I'm going to have adventures, and I'm going to go see a great movie, or I'm going to stay home and read a book,
mm.
but the big thing is, just don't sign any contracts. Don't buy a brand new car today, or
Right.
put the money down on the mortgage, or, anything like that. Don't do anything permanent today. Today be okay for planning, maybe, but not for committing to anything. Don't commit today. Instead,
Mm,
ride the roller coasters, that kind of thing. And then for the card of the day, I got
mm.
the 4 of Swords. And I really love the one in this Tiro Marchetti deck here, the Grand Lux. I mean, the purple Mary. I just love the purple. It's really
Gorgeous.
nice. So, this is a card of relaxing, recuperating sometimes, can indicate, a hospital stay, things along those lines. I'm just throwing out some of the traditional meanings of the card. And it's that structure. Think of a box. So it's like thinking outside of the box, and swords are thoughts and ideas. So thinking outside of the box. So this is really apropos for today, because this is what you want to do today. You want to take a step back, you know look over everything again, give everything a second look. Like I said, planning is okay, and looking at things, reevaluating, taking time to re-energize. Sometimes this is spa day for me. This comes up and it's like, okay, spa day. Like I said, read a good book at home, climb in the tub with your Epsom salts and your candles and your fragrances.
Mm.
Um, let's see, take a walk in nature, take a drive somewhere, do some adventurous stuff.
Relax, basically.
Yeah. Did
Yeah.
you get a card of the day? What was your card day?
I
Card of the day.
did get a card of the day. I took it from the Clairvoyant Reading Cards by Belinda Grace. This came out some years ago from
Oh,
Rockpool
cool.
Publishing, with really nice illustrations by Elaine Marson, a New Zealand artist. And the card that I got is very similar to the Four Swords in meaning. This is a life journey card, and you can see like the guy on the big ship there. Um, and it really is saying, like, now's the time to kind of take stock of where you are. Where are you in your journey? Where have you been? Where is it that you want to go to? And also appreciate the view from where you're at right now, because so often it almost seems counterintuitive. It's like we're so used to like go, 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 busy, 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 and like just,
Hmm.
ideas of like keeping the momentum going and everything. But, you don't want to wind up like running around, incomplete, you know, lost and not taking the time to sort of plan, taking the time to kind of navigate, to your next destination. So today's a good day to do that. Kind of like the same message as you were getting with the Four Swords. It's like, take a step back, relax, take stock. But that's what I got.
It's very similar. Wow, it works really good there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I just noticed down in the scroll at the bottom here, it says call in, and it has the phone number for our Blog Talk. Yes, don't call in. We're not simulcasting on Blog Talk today. I keep forgetting to take that out. I fixed everything else, Mary, I was telling you, in the green room. And then I completely forgot to take the phone number out. I'm just not used to this yet. We're trying this out. We're testing it out, doing
Practice
YouTube
makes
Monday.
perfect.
And then we're doing simulcasts on Friday. So that's when you call in.
Saturday.
But write that number down. It's good on Friday. You can call in. And
Saturday.
Sunday we have a show. Yes. What'd I say?
Friday.
Oh, I meant Saturday. I'm sorry. Yeah. It's God, all the days are running together anyway. But yeah, Mondays we're just doing the YouTube, and then Saturday we're doing the simulcast on Blog Talk. So write that number down, 714-816-4628. And you can call in on Saturday, also on our Sunday show, because Sharona, who is right here in the chat live with us right now, she has a great show coming up. As a matter of fact, we usually do this later in the show, but it came up, so I just want to talk about it. So she's got on Joe Montalone, and she's doing her Magic Universe show, and you can call in on her show as well. But I think I'm looking forward to Joe, because I think he's going to be really fascinating. His website is something called the Tarot Mysticism Academy.com. So go check that out. tarotmysticismacademy.com. So tune in, same bat time, same bat channel, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, for Sharona's show this Sunday. And as long as we're mentioning shows, you got a show tomorrow, Mary. There's a rock for that. You there? Uh-oh, I'm not hearing anything. I hope they're hearing me.
Sorry. It's fine. It's fine.
On mute.
I was on mute. Okay. Moving along. But yeah, got a show tomorrow. It's on radio. Radio only. So that's nice. I can do it in my bathrobe. And yeah, call in. It's really exciting because it's the December episode, the last episode of There's a Rock for That of the year. And so we're just going to talk about, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about all different kinds of stones. Usually I feature one stone and kind of focus on that, but I'm going to be talking about some of the stones that we talked about earlier in the year, like manganocalcite, lovely manganocalcite, or regular calcite. Ooh, what's the difference? Maybe we'll talk about that. But yeah, my favorite stones for giving gifts, like, can you see that? That is snowflake.
Oh, yeah.
Snowflake obsidian.
I like that.
Green fluorite octahedrons. Ooh. So those are just some of the stones we're going to be discussing, because it's like, what's a better gift for Christmas than stones or crystals? Crystal mist. Crystal mist. Is it working? Does that work? Maybe not. But yeah, so, and I'm going to be just, laid back talking about different stones and taking calls for free crystal mini readings. So that'll be tomorrow, 2 p.m.
Tomorrow,
Eastern.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm still not used to that.
Tuesdays. It's weird.
We wanted to, when we start the lives on YouTube, we wanted to do all the Saturdays and all the Mondays. And actually we were on Thursdays for a little bit there too, but we decided to go with Mondays and Saturdays. And so you decided to move There's a Rock for that to the first Tuesday of the month, and I'm still getting used to that.
Me too.
Shuffle, shuffle,
I
shuffle.
don't know. I don't know. It feels peculiar. Just
Yeah,
a little.
I'm still trying to get used to it, but I love Tuesdays. Tuesdays is a good thing. The other thing I want to do, especially maybe before the end of the year, but probably going into 2023, is I want to start doing some more impromptu lives where we have these Monday and Saturdays scheduled, and I just want to like pop on a Wednesday randomly, or a
Just do
Thursday,
it.
or a Friday night. We haven't done any night ones. Okay, so we're shuffling here. So yeah, I said a little bit earlier, don't call into the phone number, but you can join us in the chat here. And if you want us to pull a card for you, maybe you just want a little general insight, we'll pull a card. Just pop that in the chat, type in, pull a card for me. And if they have a specific question, Mary?
If they have a specific question, that would be great. We love specific questions. The more specific the question, the more specific the answer. I remember people used to say that a lot. But basically, just type in the question. Don't type in, can I have a reading? Can I ask a question? Are you taking questions for readings? Like skip all that. Please skip all that. And just type in your question and phrase it in a way that is really conducive to you getting the most pertinent information. If you ask a yes no question, chances are you will get a yes no answer, but maybe not much beyond that, because you just asked yes or no. So if you ask a yes no question, I for one will probably just douse on it and use my pendulum and give you a yes no.
Awesome. And of course, you got those wonderful romance cards. You can pull a card from the romance deck.
Romance cards. Yay.
So let's see what we've got going in the chat here. Okay, so
lots of romance in this deck.
Growing old with purpose. Now, before Rosie. I forget, I want to thank Rosie because she bought us a cup of coffee. Yay!
I know,
and if we were on radio, I would hit the applause button right now, but we don't have the sound effects available at the moment. We have to work on that, Yay! But thanks, Rosie. We really appreciate that.
That is applause.
Yes.
Yeah. Very
absolutely
cool. Very sweet.
And hey, as long as we're talking about that, if you want to buy us a cup of coffee, here's our tip jar, coffee.tarottoday.live. Just pop over there and you can get Mary and I a cup of coffee. And it's coffee.tarottoday.live. Yeah, you just type that in the address bar on your browser. Just open a new tab, type in coffee.tarottoday.live. That'll take you right over where you can put in any amount and give us a little tip. Yeah. So there you go. And let's see what's going on in there. She wants us to pull a card for her. Okay, so let's see here. We're going to pull a card. All righty. So I got the Seven of Swords.
Ooh.
There's a thoughts and ideas again, Rosie. Lots of swords, there's a couple things with this card. Sometimes this card can pop up if there's some things going on behind the scenes that you're not quite seeing, so you might want to think on that, see if that applies to you. But the gut instinct, the first thing that I got on this card for you was the individual holding on to, trying to hold on to these swords, and he's peeking around the corner. Can I sneak these other two swords over here? And I think the message for you is to not overburden yourself. You don't have to go for those last couple of ideas. You already have 5 of them in your arms. In fact, that's too many to focus on in itself. Whenever I get tarot cards with lots of swords on it, it's always subtly implied to me that there's way too many thoughts and ideas going on here. So see if you can narrow things down rather than, trying your damnedest to get those last two swords. Okay. It's okay to let some things go. It's okay to put some things on the back burner. That's the message I'm getting for you, Rosie. What are you getting, Mary?
Well, I drew a card from the Shadowlands Tarot by Monica Bodersky is her, I think is how you pronounce it. And I got the Page of Swords, and kind of in alignment with what you were saying. Like, look, she just has one sword. That's really all she needs to kind of clear through the clouds, to get that clarity. So like whatever the one idea is, but pages for me are also messengers. So it might have to do with like, somebody that you need to talk to. If you're thinking of a bunch of ideas and they're not really like making sense, it's not like clear to you what to do with it, it might be a good time to reach out to someone and kind of share, that thought process, and see if they can maybe brainstorm with you a little bit. And I'd say brainstorm, because if you look at the background, see how those clouds, and it looks like it's sort of like cutting through the clouds to the light. So it just makes me think of brainstorming. But that's what I got. Hope that helps you, Rosie.
Yeah, the atmosphere in the Seven of Swords is similar too, where it's dark, and kind of almost cloudy. You can think of it, I mean, just the things are not crystal clear when those kind of cards show up, and the moon card and things like that. I hope that helps you out. We got a question from Sharon. Let's see. So Sharon's asking for a mini reading. I have been so tired recently. Okay. So we'll pull some cards on that, Sharon. You go first, Mary. It's your turn.
So just pulling cards on her being so tired recently. What's that?
Yeah, maybe about? Why she's so tired, or what she can do about it, or something.
Got it.
Along those lines.
What is that about for Sharon? And let's see what comes up here. And it's kind of an interesting deck to use for this, the Shadowlands deck, because it does, people like it for shadow work,
Right.
One of the things that comes up here right away is really kind of interesting, is the Lover's card is a central focus card, And so, what is it that you need to make a choice about? Would be the first thing that comes to mind with this, because right above it is a Two of Swords. So with the Lovers and the Two of Swords, we have already this sort of the sense of like duality. Is there some sort of conflict or tension going on that, on your mind, because it's swords, that's affecting you? When we get stressed out, or when we have a lot in our mind and we need to make a decision and we can't make it, that can create stress. Stress then makes us tired. So that could be one aspect. Oddly enough, we do have the Hierophant in the past position, that could represent somebody, like a mentor, a teacher, something like that, maybe even a religious figure, or could even represent religion, spirituality in the past position that's leading us to now being at this point where we've got to make some choices, and we're kind of like, not able to kind of clear that out to really know what we want to choose. And so that's tiring to us. But, don't feel bad. In the future position, I have the Four of Wands. So I think that, we're going to return to balance. Things are going to be stabilized. It may have to do with like kind of creating a structure or something that's going to create stability for whatever this choice is going forward from the now. Okay. And then the last card that I have is the Ten of Pentacles, underscoring everything. This is a card, underlying everything. And in this particular spread I use, and in that position, sometimes this is the thing that we're not paying attention to, the thing that we're shoving down, we're pushing it aside. So when you think of like
Mm,
legacy, family, home, all the, even like, materialism, our material stability, what we have and what we
mm.
want to hold on to, what it could be our legacy, all of those things. It's like we're not dealing with that right now. Okay. And in a sense, it's like, I feel like reconnect with your roots might be a helpful thing to do at the moment, if that makes sense to you. But anyways, let's see what Dax is getting.
I don't know that I can improve upon that. That was really good, Mary. Um, I got the Nine of Wands was the card I pulled, and I just pulled one card. I wanted to see what was coming up, and then I pulled a couple more cards. And it's interesting because this looks like how you are feeling tired there, and it's funny because this is the Nine of Wands, not the Ten of Wands. You would expect that on the Ten of Wands, the overburden, but he's showing the weariness right now, this individual here in this card. And but for me, the Nine of Wands is a reminder that you already have all the skills and abilities that you need, that you've been through the ringer, and to remind yourself that um, you have the skills and abilities to deal with this and with whatever it's related to that's making you tired, which it might have to do with anything to do with career or projects or anything like that. You already have all the skills and abilities. And Mary, you got I think you said the Two of Swords, and I got a two card as well. Two
Yeah.
is, relationships and choices, and got the Two of Coins this time, a balancing act going on there, especially anything to do with the material, because it's coins, or your finances, or I mean, that's tiring just dealing with that, right, Mary? And
Yeah. Just even thinking about it.
yeah, and then I got the Seven of Wands too. I mean, another tiring card. You're battling all the forces out there. But again, very similar with the Nine of Wands. Again, it's a reminder. It's a reminder. You have the high ground. You're in the good position here. Something I was struck about that I hadn't noticed on this card, this version of the Two of Coins from the Grand Lux Tarot by Ciro Marchetti. Look how he's staring at the one coin he's holding in the air, almost like looking in a mirror.
Mm.
And to me, he almost looks mesmerized there. And I think that's a clue of how to overcome the tiredness, so to speak, is to work through those kind of methodologies, whether it's guided meditation, EFT, hypnosis. I think that could help you a lot of these techniques, and to re-energize you, as well as to um, takes anything that's blocking you, or anything that's causing the tiredness, uh, to free that up. And so it's worth exploring. And there's like tons and tons of videos available on YouTube that can help you with this. Even if it's just like remembering to take some alone time and put on the headset, have it plugged in your device, go on YouTube, look up something that's a long um I don't know what to call it, but they have all these tracks, that have binaural beats in them. And the binaural beats, it sends a different signal from in the left ear and in the right ear. And when they meet in the middle in your brain, they cancel each other out down to a single signal, and what that does is synchronize the left and right hemispheres of the brain. We use that a lot in hypnosis, and if you get like alpha waves or theta, delta even, look for some recordings like that and listen to that, and that's going to help you out tremendously. You can do it right before you go to sleep. You can do it when you wake up in the morning, or you can do it anytime. Do it in the afternoon. Do it after the show. Go check that out. So let's see, what else do we got going on in here? And
crystals, don't forget amethyst crystals. Like if you have a bunch of amethyst
oh yeah.
crystals, do a crystal layout, lay in the middle, surrounded by amethyst energy. That can help pep you up
So
and align your chakras.
because the
Mm.
messages are like out of order, jumping back to when we talked about Rosie, she said, this is spooky. That's one I pulled for myself this morning.
Wow.
Don't you love that
Woo,
stuff?
very
I
cool.
love the synchronicities. I love the
Freaky.
synchronicities. And
Yeah.
then Kritika, I'm just going to call them Crit. Crit wants to know, is my family and Anivesh family? Okay, so the two families in the couple, are they agreeing on our marriage at last and happy for us? And do they bless us? Okay, so I pulled a card,
It's your turn.
and the 3 cards, that 3 energy, creativity, and communication. Keep the lines of communication open. It's the Empress. Oh yes, they're so ready for family. I mean, look, even in this version of the card, she's holding a baby. That's right. Yes. Yeah, they're ready for family. They're ready for family. What'd you get, Mary?
What did I get? I'm
Yeah.
getting it right now. What did I get? You know, this is an adorable card, actually. I got the 4 of Cups, you know.
Oh, that's
And in this
cute.
one, in this one, you see the cat, and the cat is kind of thinking, daydreaming about sleeping, it looks like to me. Um, so I feel like, it's almost like saying, like, yeah, they have dreams for this, they may be thinking about, what's to come, planning that kind of stuff. And they also might be like kind of feeling a sense of relief, like, yes, okay, this is finally on track. So yeah, I think everybody is good with this happening. So congratulations.
Yeah, congrats. Okay, and Angela wants us to pull a card. Angela like put it in and then retracted it and then put it in later and retract. Folks, you don't have to do that. Okay. Just put in your request, and what I do is I scroll back through the chat and I go in the order. So don't worry, we will get to your question. We will get to your card pull or your question. You don't have to spam the chat. Just put it in there once, pull a card for me. That's all you got to do. And if you have a very specific question, like like with Crit, put the specific question in and just leave it there. And then that way, because it also does get confusing to me, Mary, because there's like,
Right.
multiples of the same thing and everything. It gets a little confusing. So thanks everybody for that. And hey, let's take this moment real quickly. A couple of things. One, I wanted to mention, Mary, that they can ask other questions. Yes, we're happy to do readings and card pulls and everything, but especially because a lot of the people that are in here live with us are from the Tarot Guild. You can visit the Tarot Guild, by the way, thetarotguild.com. And if you're into tarot and numerology, just come over and join thetarotguild.com. It's free to sign up there. And you can ask questions about the guild, about becoming a professional reader, growing your business, tarot professional certification, membership in the guild, anything about the guild. You can ask general information about tarot. Maybe you're enrolled in my course and you have a question from the course. That's fine too. If you have questions about tarot in general, numerology in general, or anything else that Mary and I do, we have lots of modalities that we do, everything from life coaching and crystals to hypnotherapy and NLP, and we're into a lot of things, me and Mary. So if you have any questions on any of those things, you can ask those in the chat as well. And we're happy to chat with you in the chat and on the video about any of those questions. And we love those kind of questions. And
Yes.
1 or 2 lives ago, we got a whole bunch of those, didn't we, Mary?
Yes, we did.
I was loving that.
It was
So we'll pull a
fun.
card for April. I think it's your turn now. You're going to pull a card first?
Yeah. Yes. Pull a card for
Oh, Angela. I said
April.
April, I think.
Angela. I was going to say, wait,
Yeah,
where did April come from? So,
I don't know.
Angela, this is your card. What is it?
Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
good. Oh, I like this. It's a funny, this deck is so funny. Again, this is a Shadowlands deck by Monica Bodersky. And it's a Six of Swords, which is a great card. I mean,
I
there's a
love the
sea
dragon
serpent.
or the Loch
Yeah,
Ness
right.
monster.
You're right, the sea serpent, and under the boat, and it's like, still, we're going forward. So it's
That's
like,
so cute.
it's adorable. But, to me, the Six of Swords is such a great card because it's like, okay, things are getting better. We're moving out of like the storm clouds and all of that, you know, craziness of the Five of Swords. And now we're into the Six, where it's smooth sailing, tranquil seas ahead.
Oh, I love that.
So that's what I get. So whatever's been happening, it's getting better. It's getting better, Angela. Let's see what Dax got.
Yeah. And I got the Chariot card.
Ooh.
Yeah. And that's great, a great progress card to get. Notice the horses are different colors representing the duality, and they're trying to go off in 2 separate directions. So if you're feeling that way right now, you got to grab the reins. He's got the reins there, and you got to control that, because there seems to be, like, right in this moment, there's something going on with you where there's a tendency to be pulled in separate directions, and so for me, that's again back to the focus. Get focused. And I was a little bit not sure about it, so I couldn't resist, Mary. I pulled more than one card. Yes, I got the Page of Coins. I feel like there's somebody coming in here. I also got the 10 of Coins, that legacy card again. I think, like Mary said, it's looking up. That's a really good card to get. Anyway, maybe that makes more sense to you. I hope I didn't confuse her too much with that, but I just couldn't resist. I had to pull another one.
It's interesting how both of at least the initial cards that you and I both pulled were about movement,
Yes.
and both have movement in them, possible travel. So maybe something around that. Maybe she's got something like that coming up.
I also wanted to mention Tarot Channels is in there. I think that's Vita's new channel, I believe. Hi, Vita. And Grand Madame Tarot is here again. We're so glad when we see pop in. Positive Vibes Tarot is here as well.
Ooh, I like the name.
I know they say, "Hey, how are you?" Well, how are you? Let us know in the chat there.
How are you?
Yes, and what I love is everybody saying hi to each other, like Rosie saying hi to
family.
Madam saying. We're starting to get a little of that going on, and it's like, wow, this is exciting. Yes, we got a little bit of a community going. Speaking of community, I mean, we do have the Facebook group that we've had since 2009. There's almost 7,000 people on it. It's like 6,600 and change or something like that. So if you're not if you're not on our Facebook group, you can go join the Facebook group and the website. There's several hundred on the website now, and it's a new website that we had to put up a couple years ago, and it's been, our servers crashed and we had to make a new website. We lost all the people on the website, and so it's been like pulling teeth trying to get people onto the new website, thetarotguild.com. It's 100% free to sign up. At the top of any page, just click sign up. You can use your Facebook and Google and LinkedIn, a lot of the social media ones, or you could put in your email address and a password. That's fine. Do it the old fashioned way. The Facebook one wasn't working. And you would not believe, Mary, what I had to go through to make that work. But I finally got the technology, made it work. And so now it's working. And you can both sign up and sign in with Facebook once again, where you couldn't do it before. And I'm actually going to put that in the chat while we're talking right now. I'm going to put in signup.thetarotguild.com, because that link will allow you to go over and it'll bring up the sign up screen. Just hit your favorite social media button or however you want to sign up, and it's free. So there you go. That's how you can, besides the YouTube channel, you can be involved with our community. We call it Cards, Conversation, and Community. What's going on in the chat here? Any questions? Does anybody have a question or want us to pull a card? I don't know if I missed any. I don't think I missed any. Let's see. So Nan in there has something about, and I'm not quite making it out, someone, I guess, that she was involved with in a relationship, and can it happen again, kind of thing. We can pull a card on that. I think.
Can that relationship happen again, or will she find love again?
Well, why don't you do the love one? Will she find love again? And I'll do the on that particular relationship. Pull some cards. Okay. Pull some cards here. Da, 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 da. Was it your turn or my turn? I think it's your turn. Well, no, I'm not sure now.
I think it's your turn. Okay. You go. If I can turn my camera.
We need somebody to keep track for us here. Okay. This I feel that, you can reconnect with him. He's showing up as the Knight of Swords. Okay. And I got the Ace of Coins, and all aces are, new beginnings. And what I'm feeling from this is, yes, it can happen, but you can't go at it as if it's the same relationship. It has to be something completely new and fresh. You have to start from scratch, as if it's a brand new relationship. So it can happen. And then I got the Six of Wands, literally the success card. So if you do that, if you make it a new thing with him, it can happen. What'd you get, Mary?
Well, it's kind of interesting, and along the lines, I really just pulled a card from the Love Notes Oracle cards by Lisa Atkinson. It's adorable. And the card that came up is Love Revitalizes. See, it's like a little, almost like a Valentine's Day card, this deck. And so, look, just what Dax was saying about, if you reconnect and reunite with somebody, that you don't want to start where you left off, because the relationship ended, right? So that's not a good place to start. You want to start, fresh. What's going to revitalize the connection that the two of you had to begin with, so whatever
Mm,
baggage there may be from the past and everything that went wrong and who did what and all
mm,
of that, it doesn't help to start off with that at all. And if you can just kind of leave the wreckage of the previous relationship in the past and you both decide where we're going this time, I think that'll help a lot. Do things that can revitalize the relationship, do things that are romantic, do things together, do something new.
mm-hmm.
So that's what I got.
Awesome. Well, we're still getting used, even after 30 some of these, we're still getting used to these lives. And I always forget to ask everybody to subscribe. So we're going to do that right now. Put that up
Yeah.
there, hit that subscribe button. And then when the bell icon comes up, hit the bell icon so you're notified about all of our lives, as well as tarot video content that we may upload for you as well. And go explore the channel. We actually already have a ton of stuff on there, Mary. There's lots of
Yeah,
free
we do.
workshops and teachings. Yeah.
All
And
kinds
all
of
of our
good stuff.
previous lives.
Yes.
On YouTube, a lot of people don't want to watch live, like they want to attend a live, and they don't tend to watch the replay. But the interesting thing, especially if you're learning tarot or if you're, a budding tarot professional or something along those lines, is
Mm.
as we go through these lives, Mary, we drop so many nice gems of information. It's worth watching through the lives and watch the readings, I think.
Mm.
And lastly, one more quick announcement to get out of the way is our tag team readings. If you like what we've been doing here today,
Mm.
and Mary and I working as a tag team, pulling cards on the same I almost said caller. Of course, that Saturday is when we do this. Our viewers, in the chat with us here, still getting used to this YouTube stuff, folks. If you like that style and if you like getting information from, two readers, we only have a few minutes we can spend with you. We're just pulling a couple of cards or sometimes just one card, here in the chat on the lives. But you can book a private session with us and it'll be a full session and there'll be plenty of time to get really deep into a lot of your questions. And we'll be using oracle cards and tarot and numerology and chakra reading and crystals. And this is the URL you go to here, tagteam.tarottoday.live. That'll take you right over where you can book a session with Mary and I. You get both of us. Two heads are better than one. Two readers are better than one. Come check it out. And another reminder of the tip jar, coffee.tarottoday.live. Thanks, everybody. And back over to the questions. So, White Witch came in. Hi, White Witch. My real name is Marilyn.
Ooh, I
My
love
question,
that.
yes. So my question is, will I have the money I'm waiting on soon?
Mm.
And this time
All
I
right.
know you're up first. So it's Mary's gonna
That's
say,
right.
see if yeah.
Will you have the money that you have been waiting on soon? Is that going to come through? Okay. Let's just see what comes
Yeah.
up here. And again, using the Shadowlands Tarot, gorgeous, adorable deck by Monica Odersky. And well, look, things are changing. There's going to be finally a transformation here. That is the death card. It's probably the least scariest death card I've seen on a deck.
Oh, that's cute.
It's just
I kind of like
adorable.
that.
So that's actually a good question, or a good card rather, to come up on a question like this. You're waiting for something to happen. It's not happening. Like the whole time you've been waiting, it hasn't been happening. And now the situation is changing. We got the 4 wands. So that's good. Things are going to be stabilizing. They're going to feel appreciated. 6 of swords comes up in the timing position there. So look, at the most, within the next 6 weeks, it could be as soon as 6 days, but that's also a card of things improving and getting better. So yeah, this is happening. And it does look like if the longest you have to wait is 6 weeks, then that's happening pretty soon. Let's see what Dax is getting.
Awesome. Yes, I have to concur. I concur. As the doctors say, as they're deciding how to cut the person up.
Right.
6 of coins. Windfall.
Ooh.
It's coming through. We can just stop there, but I pulled more cards. Of course I did. But there's your answer. Yep. It looks like it's coming. Now, I agree with you, Mary, about this change because the Tower card shows up. A nice shift in foundations I'm getting there with that. And then the Devil card shows up. Pay attention to what you're attached to. Are you attached to this happening in a particular way? Maybe you need to reevaluate that. And speaking of that, the card of the day that I got, the Four of Swords, showed up for you. That's right. This is the perfect day to figure that out and take a step back. But yes, it does look good. And there's the yes answer. Yeah.
Yay.
Let's see. I think I had one right after Marilyn was Nancy. What did Nancy? Do you see a future companion in the cards for me?
Aw.
Future
And it's your turn to go.
Okay. I'm pulling cards as we talk here. Give me just a second here. All righty. Let's see. See what else I'm gonna get here. Oh. Okay, so right away, very first card I picked, yes, there's the person coming in, represented by the Page of Swords. Now, typically pages are younger individuals. However, it doesn't have to be. And a lot of times I'll get a Page of Swords or a page or a knight, and it may be indicating somebody chronologically younger than you, but it could just be their mental outlook on things. Okay. And, because we're talking swords here, that's air. So Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Seems like someone like that, that kind of airy energy there might be coming in for you. And I wanted to mention I got the Judgment card, the Cosmic Wake Up card, as you're ready for this. You're ready for it to happen. And let's see what Mary's getting. What'd you get, Mary?
Right. So I am just going to pull a Love Notes card on this future companion concept and just see
awesome sauce
up here. And the first thing that comes up is that love asserts. You got to be assertive about it. You got to be clear with this person, this future companion, of what you want. And also, are you clear on what you want in a future companion? That's another thing to kind of consider. And this card kind of goes along with that, and it asks you to envision your love. So sometimes it's kind of funny advice to tell people to like visualize what you want, but I think that if nothing else, it helps you to stay focused on what it is that is the reason that you want a companion to come into your life. You don't want somebody who's just gonna, I don't know, laze around and take up space, right? You probably have an idea of the things that you want to do with this person, the kind of moments that you want to share, the things that you want to explore and talk about, the kind of adventures that you want to have, So think about all of that prior to this person coming into your life, because I think, definitely there's a future companion for you in the cards. It's just, what is the nature of that going to be? And that's where you can kind of like tailor that, at least in your head, because it makes it really easy to say yes and no then, right? If we know what we want, we can say no to what we don't want. So that's what I got.
Awesome. And
Yay.
Jasmine came in and
Hi, Jasmine.
liked and subscribed. Happy holidays.
Yay. Thank you. Happy holidays to you too. That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Awesome.
Uh,
So let's see what else we got going on in here. Sometimes it's hard to keep up with this, even with the small number of people we've got in here. So Sharon says, being a tarot reader, listening to Dax and Mary's interpretation of the cards continuous and reinforces my knowledge. Nice.
oh, thank you. That's really
Thanks for
nice.
that. Yes. SG Seeds is in there. Hi, Chris. Chris popped in. See, does anybody
Cool.
else need us to put a card for them? I think Jasmine might have a question at the bottom there, but I'm just making sure I didn't miss anything. Nandini had something about the one that we did the reading on, wanted to know something about message me. I don't, so I asked him to clarify, are you
Mhm.
asking if he will message you? I'm not exactly sure. So until we get a clarification on that, I can't pull a card on it. Seeing what Vita is saying here.
Hi, Vita.
This is back for Marilyn. It said, first I got the 9 of Wands. Then when Mary pulled the death card, I reshuffled and came up with the 9 of Swords. Okay.
Wow.
Let's see. And White Witch, that's Marilyn, right? Yeah, Marilyn said thank you. And
You're welcome.
Rosie says you'd want someone who's compatible with you. Well, hopefully so. Yeah. And then Jasmine said, I would like to know where this connection between Edgar and I is headed. Will we be in a long-term relationship? And you're up first, Mary. Yay.
Edgar.
Back around to
Where's
you.
where is this going with
Edgar.
Edgar, and what kind of longevity does it have? Long-term relationship. I think I think we all define that differently, because for some people, 2 years is a long time. For other people, that's nothing, you know. For some, a month. Dating just the same person is a long time, So, but you know what you mean by it, so we'll just work with that. And Edgar. Okay, so okay. And okay. Look, I think that right now, what we got going on, we have things fluctuating, right? We have the Two of Pentacles. So there can be some sort of needing to sort of multitask or juggle, or, having a hard time balancing things, with the Two of Pentacles, you see the person, like how they're kind of, they got to focus on keeping their balance. Look at how they're standing even in this card, which is not traditional really. But yeah, so it's like right now the focus should be on like sort of maintaining the balance. And it's interesting, the Five of Pentacles comes up here. And when it comes to relationships, a lot of times, the Five of Pentacles to me indicates some sort of insecurity. Like somebody might feel like, oh, a little insecure about what they're bringing to the relationship, or how the person is connecting with them. We're all uncertain. He comes up as a Knight of Wands in the past position. So I don't know if like maybe in the past he wasn't so into like maybe committing to something, or he was just kind of like, see you later, on to the next kind of person. But what makes me really feel good about this thing with you and Edgar developing more is the final card, the outcome card, is the Star card. So when the Star card comes up, there's hope. There's every reason to be optimistic. So yeah, I think right now, just work on balancing things between you and he, and any insecurities that come up, you know, with either of you. If you sense that he's insecure about something, either with how you feel about him or the relationship, or vice versa, you are, it always helps to kind of talk that out and express it, and not let it just fester inside and, feel bad about it. But yeah, ending with the star card, hang in there and let it develop. Let's see what Dax is getting.
Yeah. Yeah. So they're both air signs. He's a Gemini and Jasmine's a Libra. And I was
Mhm.
asking that because I got cards that, I was wondering if he was a fire sign, because he's showing up as the Page of Wands. So he might just have that fiery side to him. He's really passionate about certain things. You're showing up as the Queen of Cups. That's right. It makes perfect sense. You're a very intuitive person. And so what am I getting on this relationship? Well, the Seven of Cups. Don't get trapped in the fantasy of the relationship, because that is not the relationship. The relationship is you two, but we often develop these fantasies of what the relationship is when it isn't. So that's what it's kind of like. Little warning there. I also got the 10 of Wands, so be careful of that. Be careful of too many irons in the fire, just overburdening in the relationship itself. Now, as far as how it goes, I mean, everything's not roses and all. I mean, there's going to be, some occasional conflicts. The Five of Wands shows up. However, ultimately, we end up at the traditional marriage card, the Hierophant. There you go. So that's what I got, Mary.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's just it less
It's a
saying,
journey.
yeah, I mean, it did say where it was going ultimately, but I think a lot of what kept coming up for me was information to help you along the road.
Mm.
I feel we get sucked into these fantasies of what we think the relationship is, when it isn't that at all, or the fantasy of how we want the relationship to be. And then we get upset that what we're experiencing doesn't match that fantasy. And then
Mm.
there's the thing about the overburdens. It's like, and I don't know what that's specifically referring to without, doing a much longer reading, but that comes up all the time, for everybody.
Mm.
Just,
Sure.
yeah, don't become overburdened, put too many irons in the fire, try to do too much at once. Everything doesn't have to be done all at the same time. Just like the relationship as a whole can take its time to manifest fully, and by the way, that last card was the timing card.
Mm.
And yeah, and so, hey, um that's the 5 energy there. So maybe this time is going to be like, 5 months.
Mm.
Looks like that. Okay, so let's see. I think that was the last question we had. I hope
I was
that helped
gonna
you out,
say
Jasmine.
we're almost out of
Jasmine says
time.
makes sense. Yes, it's the top of the hour. We need to get out of here. Katie P popped in. Oh, Katie sent us a coffee. Thank you, Katie. Yay.
Thanks, Katie. That's
We
awesome.
appreciate that. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
According to my clock, it is Aries past Gemini right now. And
Yep.
this clock is not very helpful.
I've got 105. I'm just gonna go with that, so almost
Sounds
perfect
easier.
timing. So we're gonna get out of here now, folks, and we had a lot of fun. But don't forget
Yeah.
to tune into Mary's radio show tomorrow. Right? There's a rock for that.
Yes. There
Yes.
is a
Oh, I
rock
want to.
for
This
that.
came up.
There's a rock for this.
Yeah,
There's additional rocks.
this came up
Mm,
earlier, and I was
mm.
thinking about that and what to do, and I'm like, oh, it dawned on me, but then I forgot to say it back then, so I'll say it now. Just go to the website, go to thetarotguild.com and click on
Mm.
events, and you'll
Yeah.
find all these events. You'll see our lives with Mary and I here on Tarot Today, and you'll see
Mm,
Mary's upcoming show tomorrow. You'll see Sharona's show on Sunday.
mhm.
So you don't have to remember everything. Just go to thetarotguild.com, click on events, and you'll get the information to tune in for Mary's show tomorrow. And then we'll be back on Saturday, and we'll be broadcasting on Blog Talk as well as live here
Yay.
on YouTube. Yes. So that's when you can use the telephone number. Write it down, 714-816-4628. We'd love to chat with you on
Yes.
Saturday, one of our favorite days. Yes. So goodbye, everybody. And
Bye,
thanks for being
everybody.
here. Yes, thanks
Yeah.
everybody for being in the chat and chatting with each other and making a real community here. Thanks for the coffees, especially Katie, because
Thanks
she
for the
mentioned she sent a
coffee.
coffee.
Thanks,
All righty.
Katie.
Bye, everybody. Bye, Mary.
Bye, Dax. Bye, everybody. So
Awesome.
long. Have a great day.
That was great. Oh